Hello everybody, I am Margot Steyaert and today I will be talking about Barco NV. Barco is a Belgian company that has its headquarters in Kortrijk. First of all, I will be giving some general information. Secondly, I will be discussing the financial analysis that I made, and at last I will give a conclusion whether or not to invest in this company. First of all, some general information. Barco has a leadership position as an international tech company. It has over 200 million net cash. At the bottom of this slide, there is a representation of the core strengths of the company. For example, they are very loyal to their customer, and as said before, they have a leadership position. Second of all, the financial analysis. To discuss this as good as possible, I calculated the solvency, the profitability, and the current ratio. Let us begin with the solvency. Solvency is the ability of a company to meet its long-term financial obligations. This has to be between 0.25 and 0.40 to have a good rate. As you can see on this graph, for Barco, this is the case. Solvency II shows to what level the company can pay all financiers with its total assets. The higher the number, the higher the buffer. As you can see on this graph, this is again the case for Barco. Let's move on to the profitability. Profitability indicates how much profit has been achieved with the invested capital. The higher the outcome, the more interesting the company is for investors, because their risk decreases and the chance of a higher dividend increases. The average is 3% for big companies such as Barco. This means that for every euro they invest, there is a 3-cent profit made. As we can see on the graph, there has been a decrease in 2015 and 2016, but they made a significant increase in 2017, which gives investors hope again after 2 bad years. The current ratio is a liquidity ratio that measures a company's ability to pay short-term obligations or those due within 1 year. Normally, the current ratio has to be bigger than 1. For Barco, this is not the case, but the current ratio is just a snapshot. It is usually not a complete representation of a company's liquidity or solvency. Now, let's end this analysis with a look at Barco shares. The cost price of one share is 131 euros. We can see that this is a little decrease since the 22nd of March of this year. Nevertheless, the shares of Barco have made a significant increase, as you can see on the graph. In 2014, the shares were worth only 57 euros. Now, 5 years later, the shares have more than doubled with a value of around 131 euros. In conclusion, the solvency and profitability are good. The current ratio is a bit on the low side, but as said before, this is just a snapshot. The stock price is again very good. This makes it the perfect company to invest in. Thank you for your attention.